Adi Shankara says, the ignorant long for results and engage in action with the idea of doership, enjoyership. The ignorant are deluded and think, I act, I cause others to act, I enjoy, I cause others to enjoy, and so on. So, this is very significant. What Adi Shankaracharya is saying is that we place the I at the center of our entire understanding, the center of our entire activity in life. And that is our biggest delusion. You see, our energy has been caught up on this I center of being. And as long as we are caught up in this I centric view of the world, our energy is not complete. It is not intense. It is simply in a deluded state. Because ultimately, you are not the doer in this cosmos. You are not the doer in this magnificent universe. You are really an experiencer of all that is happening. You are a witness of all that is happening. That is at the very heart of Adi Shankaracharya's message. And in a way, it is at the heart of Vedanta itself. It is at the heart of Sanatana Dharma itself. When you understand that this sense of I, this sense of doership is cut out, then only are you able to live a life which moves towards the infinitely beautiful, the infinitely vast, the infinitely soulful, meditative, whatever you call it. And that is optimum living. That creates optimum courage within you. The moment you realize that it is not the I that is your essential self, you are able to move away from your ordinary fears. You see, what do we fear in life? We fear in life that something will happen to me. I will get harmed. My family will get harmed. What will I do tomorrow? If this thing doesn't work out, if that thing doesn't work out. If the whole idea of I is removed, your energy becomes absolutely still. Your energy becomes absolutely calm and dynamic. It is as if you have come out from the darkness into the light. Simply cut out this I-centric view of the world. And this is something which Gautam Buddha also emphasized. It is at the heart of Buddhism also. You see, a lot of people think that Buddhism is completely divergent from the old Vedanta. No. In fact, Gautam Buddha is representative of the most pure form of Vedanta in a way, the essence of the Upanishads in a way, which is why he's considered an important avatar in Sanatana Dharma also. So this is really not about the religious tag that we are putting. It's a concept of the core of mysticism. And the core of mysticism is to remove the roots. The roots are I. This I-centric feeling. Once you remove the roots, then the weed cannot grow. The worries, the anxieties, the fears that we have in life, the frustrations that we have in life, they cannot grow because without the roots, the weed cannot come. So this unconsciousness that we are the doer is really what creates a low energy within us. It is what creates a very small view of the world, a very small view of the cosmos. And spirituality is all about largeness. It's about having a largeness of view, a largeness of viewpoint. You see, this is the biggest problem which organized religion has. It has narrowed spirituality down to having a view which is simply bound in by the scriptures and so on. No. The mark of spirituality is a tremendous expansion of understanding, a tremendous expansion of consciousness. Such an expansion of consciousness that you're able to expand beyond the sense of I, the sense of ordinary I. That is a very ordinary state of being. Everybody is in this rat race. I will do this, I will do that. The spiritual person goes beyond. And that is the very heart of Hindu thought. That is the very sublime nature of it. That is what has made it vibrate and pulsate with such a dynamic energy, such a attraction for people around the world over the eons, over the millennia. Because it makes us feel expansive in nature. It makes us feel that the real beauty of existence is available to us, provided we are able to go beyond the narrow eye. So, the intellect is something which is obsessed with the I question. The mind ordinarily is involved in the I question, but that mind can never expand beyond into unknown vistas. To move into unknown vistas, you have to know the unknown parts of yourself. And the unknown parts of yourself are those which are beyond your own definition of what you are, what you can do in life, what your personality is, what your power and position and your personality in the eyes of others is. No, you are much more than that. You are a spiritual being. Adi Shankaracharya brings us back to that basic understanding. And when we come back into that basic understanding, we become more rooted in life itself. We become more rooted in existence itself. That no, we are not what we think we are. We are larger. We are larger than the I that we think. You see, the I is a very nebulous word. I can define myself in one way today. I can define myself in another way tomorrow, depending on what power position I am in, what my monetary status is, how others regard me, and so on. So that is a changing I. That has no eternal, timeless relevance. And remember, spirituality deals with timelessness. Sanatan Dharma deals with timelessness, the ancient path of understanding that you are part of a timeless state of being. Your very life, your very being is timeless. Do not split it up. Do not narrow it. Because that only leads to frustration. That only leads to fear. That only leads to a lack of courage. You see, the truly spiritual person is a person who is fearless. But how does fearlessness happen? If there is no sense of I, then the sense of fearlessness also disappears. Who is going to die and who is going to stay alive? This is the whole essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says it doesn't matter once you realize spiritually that you are not the body, that you are not who you think you are, that you are simply a microcosm of that vast macrocosm. You are simply a part of that entirety of divineness, a small drop in the ocean of divineness, is when you lose fear completely, O Arjuna. Arjun, you can fight to your maximum ability as a warrior when you lose the sense of I. Simply realize that this entirety of existence, this magnificent universe, is not influenced by you as such. You are simply a participant. So be a participant, be a witness in it. Do not make the mistake of thinking that your consciousness is what you believe to be the I, is what you believe to be the ego. No, it is much more than that. If you believe yourself to be that small entity called Arjun, then you will suffer. Then you will not be the dynamic whirlpool of energy as a warrior. Set yourself free from these narrow concepts, and then you find your own brilliance, your own splendor, your own intelligence, feeling free. So it's all about freedom, coming out of this sense of I-ness, coming out of this sense of doership, coming out of this sense that you cause things to happen. No, that creates a disturbance, that creates a restlessness within you, because you always feel responsible. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's not going to happen tomorrow? The person of spirituality goes beyond, attains to a calmness of being. When does calmness of being come? When you are no longer uneasy of what will happen to you as an individual entity. Then you become fearless, you become dynamic, you become rhythmic, you pulsate with a greater energy. And that is the entire basis of mysticism, which Adi Shankaracharya represents. And it is the way really to strengthen people at the root level. If If people understand that they are more than they think they are, that they can throb with a higher understanding than that which is of the ego, then only can they be both inwardly rich, and being both inwardly rich and outwardly dynamic. So inward richness and outer dynamism are the very key of Adi Shankaracharya's message.